Earlier in the day, I went to the beach in the rain. The forecast said sunny, but you can never trust a forecast in Wales. And the rain started. This was a bad idea. I forgot it's high tide, and the waves are going to get me a bit wet. Oh well, so's the rain. Life goes on. Unfortunately, an isolated beach with no shelter was not the place to be right now. No, don't follow him off the side of the cliff. And I nearly walked through a puddle. I'm not staring at the sheep. Stop it. But since the rain's not letting me fly the drone, unless it decides to stop, which I don't think it will, I'm going to talk about walls. Dry stone wall. No cement. It's just piled by hand all the way along here, like this. You can walk over to that island there at low tide as well. That's how far it is. And I'm gonna walk this way and watch where I'm going very, very carefully. You've got to be prepared for all weathers when you're up here. Something that I failed to do. Well, kind of. Roadblocks in Wales. So with the rain, I had to make other plans. Don't mind me, I'm being healthy, eating an apple. It's a certain time of day that I like to call "5:30". And today, I'm not going to do any dramatics. I'm going to try this new little idea I've got, which is I drink a beer, I talk about something for a couple of minutes, then I edit it on the spot, because at the stage I can't do that and edit is probably the stage I should go to bed. Disciplined 5:30. I think, possibly. We'll go with that. What I'm trying to say is, enjoy your beer. Enjoy the flavour of it. Don't be an idiot with it. Be responsible, please. Drink within your limits, because a side effect of this, possible side effect, is you might be a bit Hubog. I'm not encouraging it, that's all I'm saying. Oh, your tea's still full. Thought you were going to drink with me. I'm going to wait. I've got to wait for the tea to finish first. Very, very important. So even before I found that Red Horse in London on the last one, I'd actually mail ordered myself from an online grocery the last 2 bottles of Red Horse that I could find there. And look at this. Yeah, there's liquid seasoning in there as well. I haven't got it out yet because, yeah, it's packed very well. This is how you're meant to treat beer, with respect and caution and other things. Right. And they've sellotaped the lids on. They're still cold. This is the best thing about living in a cold climate is you don't have to worry about cold beer. Will it get through all of the tape? Yes, it will. I found Red Horse. It looks different. I have spoilt the taste thing already, so I'm going to give one to my mum. See what she thinks. Right. There you go. There's a bottle. And there we go.
I want a glass.
You want... Oh.
I want a glass.
She wants a glass. Right, I'm going to get a glass. Old Golden Hen. Ooh. Right, would you...
Okay.
Oops. I'm going to drink the strongest first. It's 7%. That's my only one. I couldn't find any other Filipino beers in the UK, but I thought I'd try this. So what do you think of Red Horse?
It's nice. It's a slight cherry flavour.
Sherry, huh?
Cherry. Not sherry. I'm not slurring my words.
Does it taste strong or?
Not very.
Oh, I'm gonna taste mine. Let's see if it's the same taste as the one I had the other day.
It's not as heavily malty. Yeah.
It tastes pretty good actually.
Yeah.
I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
This is responsible drinking. So you can actually get San Miguel here. But this San Miguel is, well, you can tell from the label, it's not the same. It's from Spain, except now they brew it in the UK, and it's not the same. It's not as good as Filipino San Miguel. So I'm not going to open it out of principle. What I am going to open, though, next, through my tour of drinks, is my favourite cider. This is Black Dragon. This is from Wales. A lot of cider, it's not the same as like the cider vinegar, that's different. Cider is just fermented apple juice, really. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but I always used to drink this until I was about 21, 22. This was my drink of choice. I still drink it now sometimes, but a lot of the time it gets too sweet for me. I like cider for one or two. It's not my thing so much anymore, though. But I was meant to talk about something, wasn't I? I've got to do that, otherwise I'm breaking my own rules. I've written down a few little things. I'm going to talk about my favourite place in the Philippines. There's so many places I like. One of my favourites is probably Sagada. I like Sagada up in the north. I haven't been there for 5 years. Really cold, but just such a nice vibe to the place. Cool, it's about 12 degrees. But it was alright, that was alright. It was just, there's something about that town that's special. And the way they organise their tourism, it's not overpriced, it's fair. No hassle on the streets, nothing. It's just a good, relaxed, chilled out town. And I need to go back there. Simple and nature, and I like it there. There's so much to choose from. I'm going to sit on the floor. So I'm going to talk about these Welsh beers. Famous Welsh brewery. It's called Brains. You can see it just behind the station in Cardiff. And Brains used to sponsor Wales for years, the rugby team. I'm going to go for... Oh, it even calls it the legendary Welsh ale. This is the one that I really like. SA, which... SA is apparently Skull Attack, but we don't put naughty things like that on my vlog, do we? Proper beer. Spilt a bit. I worked as a bartender for quite a few years, and you get people who get very offended if you leave any of the head on the beer. Sometimes, only sometimes. The head's great. This keeps the air in it. It keeps it from going flat and keeps the flavour. A lot of people don't understand that. So before I have too many, my mum's games are making noises in the background, and she's gone somewhere. All right, whatever. People are probably going to be asking about my treatment and my therapy and so on. So that's going along. It's going along well. It is a long program. It's going to be 6 to 12 months. And actually, my psychologist has started watching my videos, interestingly, because he was teasing me about 5:30 earlier, which I find hilarious. And this is the thing, if you're afraid to approach a psychologist because there is a stigma there, don't be. They're humans, they're friendly, and they're going to do it in the way comfortable for you, because it's about your mental health. So of course they want you to be comfortable. That's really my encouragement for anyone who isn't sure, has doubts, and so on and so forth. Right, I'm going to get a proper job. There's my proper job. People tell me to get a proper job sometimes, and I think, what is a proper job? So this proper job is from Cornwall. It's an IPA, India Pale Ale. So the IPA has a lot of hops in, and hops, they're a plant, but they're used in brewing, and the hops give it aroma and flavour. So IPAs, I love IPAs. They're, smells good. And the reason you have the India Pale Ale, they used to put a lot of hops in them so the beer would survive the journey to India, so it would last longer and survive the conditions. And now, yeah, it just tastes good. Creamy. People are afraid of it. I don't know why people are afraid of the head of a beer. It's strange.
Come on! This bottle of sauce is booby trapped. I'm telling you.
I'm watching a guy eating a massive box of full English breakfast because that's what you do. Do you agree?
I'm just creating a river.
Creating a river?
I'm just making a river on Animal Crossing.
My mum plays Animal Crossing, which is much more exciting than anything I do in my life. Because I have a proper job, and nothing's exciting when you have a proper job. I don't just watch videos of people eating and not getting fat. I've been watching a few things like shrimp tanks and shrimp and things like that. It's just interesting, productive stuff I may or may not use in the future.
Oh, I don't remember finishing that. You sure you didn't?
I haven't stolen your beer. I've got a proper job. Do you want a proper job?
Nah, I'm all right. I'm retired.
Really, you just want to play your games?
Yeah, I do, and I'm making a river, so I don't want to mess it up by being drunk.
Responsible drinking. Is that your river? That looks like a swimming pool in Canada.
Oh, give it a chance. Oh yeah, because of the snow.
Here.
See, look at my railway.
Oh, you have a house by the river as well?
Yeah.
I have a house by the river.
Yeah, look. Clever, innit? I've got to work out how to... Yeah.
I think my house by the river hasn't fallen down yet. I think it's still there. Balastic hasn't told me there's a problem. Oh, yeah.
I think I'm going to need to do something with that, you see, then.
I've finished my proper job. I've resigned. Done with a proper job. Nobody wants a proper job anyway. And I'm going to get this one here, which is the tiniest beer I've ever seen in my life. It's a stout. So Guinness, of course, is the most famous stout. This is a dark beer, which I'm going to drink now before I get too full. 284 ml. Never heard of it. Brewed Spanish Town Road, Kingston, Jamaica, WI. I assume WI means West Indies. Okay, so this comes from Jamaica. So you've probably seen the Welsh flag that goes over my pond, and it has the Welsh dragon on it, which is kind of represented here. So the Welsh dragon, I mean, historically, apparently it was the flag of King Arthur, but we're not sure. Owain Glyndŵr, who was he was the last Welsh leader, I was thinking Wales leader, who used it. And then Henry VII also, Henry VII flew the Welsh dragon as well. He's So Henry VII was an old king of England who won, they call it the War of the Roses, one of those battles for who ruled the UK, and there's certain sources that say he's probably from Wales. It's still got the flavour of stout. It's still got that kind of chocolatey, almost coffee flavour, but it's a bit lighter. I'll let them have the dragon on their packet. So, a few people have asked me when I'm going to go back to the Philippines. I mean, I mentioned earlier that my journey to recovery is a long one. Like a few days ago, Kulas is back on his motorbike, but not fully recovered. It's kind of the same thing for me, that there will come a time where I'm ready to go back to the Philippines, but that doesn't mean I'm healed. Everything's timing. And look, the UK is a safe haven for me. It's a place where I'm familiar. It's a place where everything works in the way I know it, but it's not a place that provides me with growth. So when I need that growth, I need to go back. Because look, there were a lot of people who thought I'm coming back to the UK for good. And I've always said, no, that's not the case. I mean, my wife's there, my dogs are there, my business is all there, my whole life is there now. I've been there for 5 years. It's not easy to just come back and jump back into it, because since I've been here, there's a lot of things I've seen and heard and realised, and I've said, okay, there's a reason I've left, and those reasons are still there. So I first drank this beer when I was at the Red Lion pub, which is right beside the Houses of Parliament in London. It's a good classic bitter. So speaking of London pride, I mean, people often ask me, what do I miss about the UK? And I'm not really sure, to be honest. I mean, I like the variety of food I can get. The history's nice, but of course that doesn't change a thing now. I'm not sure. But I've got Pulutan, and mac and cheese should be Pulutan in more places. Oh yeah, my mum reminded me, the reason I miss the UK is I miss my parents. That's correct. Right? I've seen a few memes on Facebook that when Filipinos drink a lot, they're suddenly fluent in English. So, if I drink a lot, will I become fluent in Bisaya? If I can switch my brain back on, I might put this to the test. This is one of the first beers I ever drank when I started drinking beer and when I started drinking real ale. The memories, yeah, I've forgotten what it tastes like. How does it taste? I've genuinely forgotten. I mean, okay, I recognise that smell. And why is it called Bishop Finger, though? I mean, Bishop's Finger, that's... I mean, I guess the bishops came from... especially the old Belgian beers, they were brewed by monks. Monasteries are breweries, which is very, very cool. Maybe now you know why I'm so into my history, because everything eventually comes back to beer. So it's getting late and I'm not going to keep up with my I need to talk and edit deal, but I just want to talk about these beers here. And these are pretty popular. Brewdog, they're good. I bought non-alcoholic beer for some reason, which I just haven't touched. I mean, punk AF does not mean punk as... No, it means punk alcohol free. I'll try it at some point. But there's these beers which actually come from my hometown. From Tiny Rebel. This one, which... Club Tropica. Yeah. Club in Welsh is clwb. Welsh language is good. Slant by a post gwynget go gefa corn job a flanty city or go goch. I was planning to go there, but yeah, not right now. This one's a mango beer actually, and this one's good, but it's got a lot of sugar in it. and the sugar drives me at the wall. But mango beers, yeah, mango beer should be more of a thing. Absolutely.